Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk to you about how life isn't all suffering. This is a mentality that I see people occasionally fall into when they're feeling depressed or sad, and it hurts me a bit because clearly life isn't all suffering. I mean, if you've been around for quite some time, you know that. You know that there are ups and downs in life, and things are only ever temporary. Yes, that means good times are temporary just as much as bad times are. But that's something that we can take solace in. It means that bad times are temporary. So whenever you are feeling bad, please do not fall into that mentality of suddenly believing that all of life is suffering, because that's just simply not the case. And I know that philosophers have talked about this for eons at this point, and some philosophers would come to the conclusion that life is all suffering, but I disagree, because to say that is pretty much ignoring all the times where you feel joy and bliss and incredibly happy, and where you're able to experience euphoria being in a beautiful area, kind of like this beautiful forest behind me. So whenever you're feeling down and you start thinking about the way you're suffering and you start focusing on your suffering, it can be kind of easy to then fall into that mentality of believing that life is going to be exactly as the way it is when you're currently experiencing that suffering. So we often fall into that mindset of believing that life will stay the way it is. So if we're feeling good, we think we'll feel good for quite some time more. If we're feeling bad, we believe we'll feel bad for quite some time more. And I just want you to realize that everything is temporary. So life isn't all suffering when you're feeling it. It will go away. And obviously I can't make any claims on the amount of time it will take. It could take 10 days, it could take a month, it could take 3 months, it could take even a year for you to get out of a bad situation and feel better. But you will get through it. That's one thing I know for certain. As long as you keep going, you will get through it. So please do not fall into that trap mentality of believing that all of life is suffering, because it isn't. And I've made previous videos on suicide prevention and how tough times are temporary. And I just never think that it's a good idea to buy into your current emotions so hardcore that you make long-term decisions based off them. So when you are feeling in a bad place, please do not make any hasty decisions because of your suffering. And when you're in a good place, that also goes for that as well. Don't make any too hasty decisions when you're feeling great either, because you could also do something stupid then. But as a whole, the point I want to convey here is that tough times are temporary. All of life is not suffering. There's a lot of beautiful and euphoric and happy moments waiting for you in the future. You just have to keep going, and when things are tough, always remind yourself that this isn't the normal for you anymore. It may be normal for a temporary amount of time, but after then, things will get a lot better, or at least a lot different. So, life is not all suffering. Anyway, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!